And Robert Kiyosaki tells us that the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for work. I'll give you a very quick snippet of a 5-minute conversation and come back because it'll relate to this. This was an opportunity that came across our desk about, or just over 12 months ago. I actually got an email from friends of ours, or we got an email from friends of ours, Martin, in South America. He was looking for a joint venture partner that had experience in putting in ski resorts. They had 5 ski resorts in Russia, and they were looking for a foreign partner that would be able to help with the property development of that. Knew how to put in road infrastructure, knew how to deal with the ice and snow, knew how to put in or take out Alps. The email in length was like this, and the criteria that they were looking for was very, very specific, even down to the fact that they needed to be able to draw, speak and write all of the plans for this project in Russian. Okay, so it was a very, very specific email. I did get it and had a little bit of a chuckle because it was so outside of the box. However, I did flick it out to a couple of people I knew that may be able to connect me to an appropriate person. But the key of this story is I was on the phone to Phil, who's a previous student of ours in Sydney. And he always asks, what are you guys up to now? Because you're always up to no good, because he knows I'm always up to mischief and having fun doing something. So I told him about this email and I actually emailed it across to him so he could have a bit of a look at it because of it being so specific in what they were looking for. And Phil chuckled and he said in his Irish accent, which I'm not going to try and take off, "You're going to be proud of me. I can help with that." Now, the point here too, Phil had only been in Australia around 6 months. He had nothing to do with property development. He was an expense analyst, so he was an analyst. And he had nothing to do with property, as I said, and he definitely didn't speak Russian. But he had been through our training, so he did have an indication of who could lead to who. And what effectively happened, Phil actually got in contact with Andrew, who was in the UK in London, and Andrew connected us to Effendi, who ended up being the ideal joint venture partner for Martin's client in North America. Now, it was a massive opportunity that we just took advantage of by connecting some dots. And what happened in this scenario, within a week and within 4 connections, we did manage to track down Effendi, who was the ideal joint venture partner. He was, however, the second choice, so he didn't actually get the gig, but it was potentially a phenomenal opportunity for Phil, just by simply connecting some dots. And they're the sorts of things that when you're aware of who you've got around you, of the sorts of opportunities, admittedly this one's very outside of the box of what can be available to you within a 5-minute